In our program, we use the H2 database to store data to demonstrate the database management system, but in practice, a file server database is often used. The most used database is PostgreSQL, so let's use it. Let's open a web browser and type PostgreSQL in a search bar. So we open this website, postgresql.org, and download. Select your operation system and download the installer. Select your version of operation system, this version. And download. After installation, launch it, and if it requires the password, set a password. I already have this database installed, and after installing you have this pgadmin. PG, it means PostgreSQL, PostgreAdmin. Launch it. This is management tool for PostgreSQL. After launching, we see PG local server, and you need to write your password, and you see a database. Okay, this is our server, and this is database. It must have a Postgres database by default with next schema. Scheme with the tables. Okay, this is empty database, and now you need to attach a dependency for database Postgre. We use it H2 database. Let's comment it, and alt insert. We will use a PostgreSQL database. PostgreSQL, HTTPC driver, UC org PostgreSQL, group ID and artifact ID PostgreSQL. Okay, let's download these external libraries and move here. Okay, and let's send applications. We can copy and comment for H2 database and write settings for PostgreSQL. So Spring data source, this is username, this is password. We will change URL GDBC Postgre instead of H2 : // and you need to specify host, local host, the number of port. By default this is 5432, and the name of our database, Hogwarts database. Let's delete driver class name, and database platform you need to specify org.hibernate.dialect, and here Postgre dialect of SQL queries, this, and enable on of H2 console. So for these settings you can open our server properties, and you can see the connection username, this Postgres username. Also you can check the port 5432. Okay, and the host name, localhost. Okay. Also by this name, copy Hogwarts DB, we can create a database, Postgres, and create a database with name Hogwarts database for owner, this user. Okay, this Hogwarts database. And let's run our application, then open our web client, and we see that this page is not working. It is because we use a database, Hogwarts database. If we open, we can see this Hogwarts database. Okay, it exists, but we also use a book, this book table, for saving and getting information, for storing information. Book table, but in this Postgre, in tables there isn't this table. So we can create a book table. For this we needed to open session for this Hogwarts database. Okay, and to just create a request, SQL request for creating a table with name book. And the request for creating a fields, we can see this fields ID of type long, primary key, name of string varchar. In SQL, string type is varchar and with 40 symbols from 2 to 40. Okay, and the author varchar and year of publication integer. Also we see these constraints, and let's create it. We can add constraints, ID serial, primary key. This serial means auto increment in this code, auto increment, general type identity strategy. Also we see from to size to 40, varchar for name, check, this is constraints, not null. We see that this not empty, it means in SQL query not null. Check and length greater than 2, and length must be less than or equal, greater than or equal, less than or equal 40. Okay, author varchar not null. Also we can see author not empty, in SQL query is not null. And year of publication integer number, integer, with checks greater than 2015 and less than or equal 2024. Only modern books. Okay, and run this request. After this we can we see this new table. If we open, refresh, we have a syntax create, syntax error, yes, create table, and after refreshing we see new table book. Okay, this table exists, so we can launch our application and check how it will work. Open our web browser and restart. Okay, we see that the program works. Let's add a new book. We can create a new book. So let's open our database and let's check books. Select query, select all from book table. Run this request and we see that there is one book, A Brief History of Time of author Stephen Hawking. So let's change the author. For example, let's edit, and we will change author Jules Verne, for example. Okay, here it's changed, and let's check it here. We see that in our database, in Postgres, this Hogwarts database, in this table book, the author is changed to. Okay, it means that the program works well. Also, we can add other books. Create a book. We can delete. We can edit. It's not published. The program works well. Good job, and see you in the next lesson.